The Florida Gators play one of the most challenging schedules in college football year in and year out, and it will be no different in 2025. To make some noise and contend for a spot in the college football playoff, UF will have to beat some very good teams. Today, I ranked the Gators games this season from least to most difficult based on a range of factors, from location to where it sits on the schedule and everything in between. So let's get started. Number 12, Long Island University, August 30th at the Swamp. Little is known about the Sharks, who are led by former Louisville head coach Ron Cooper, but they went just 4-8 last season and faced only one FBS team. In that game, Long Island lost to TCU 45-0. Sharks quarterback Ethan Greenwood was named second team preseason FCS All-American. Number 11, Mississippi State, October 18th at the Swamp. UF hammered the Bulldogs 45-28 on the road last year. Now the Gators have 8 preseason All-SEC players, while the Bulldogs have only 1. The rosters don't look comparable, but Florida may have to guide against complacency, as this matchup comes right after Florida's rugged 4-game stretch of LSU, Miami, Texas, and Texas A&M. Number 10, South Florida, September 6th at the Swamp. For UF, this game is sandwiched between Long Island University and LSU, so in that regard, you have to view it as a potential trap game. The Gators are sure to be a heavy favorite, but USF is coming off back-to-back 7-win seasons and should be battle-tested after playing Boise State in Week 1. Third-year Bulls coach Alex Golish has a dozen starters back, including quarterback Byron Brown. Number 9, Florida State, November 29th at the Swamp. A lot can happen between now and that last weekend in November, but as of today, Florida appears to have significantly more talent across the board. FSU won just twice last year, and while it's difficult to envision the Noles being as awful as they were in 2024, the question is, how much better will they be this season? The biggest concern for the Gators might be attrition. UF will have played a much more challenging schedule and might be a little worn out by Game 12. That said, this one is at home, and again, the Gators have better players. Number 8, Kentucky Wildcats, November 8th at Kroger Field in Lexington, Kentucky. This has trap game written all over it. Florida plays Georgia on November 1st and at Ole Miss on November 15th, so this one is sandwiched between those two. The Gators beat the Cats 48-20 last year in Gainesville. The Wildcats finished 4-8, and it was their first losing season since 2020 and their worst record since going 2-10 in 2013. Kentucky has 26 new transfers, and up to 9 of them might start, including quarterback Zach Calzada. This team has many unknowns. One X factor might be the weather. The Gators haven't always played well when it's cold, and it very well might be in early November in Kentucky. Number 7, Tennessee, November 22nd at the Swamp. It might be difficult to fathom putting the Vols this low. They did, after all, go 10-3 last year and make the college football playoff. But this ranking speaks to the strength of UF's overall schedule and the fact the Gators get Tennessee in Gainesville. Also, UF came away from last season's heartbreaking 23-17 overtime loss in Knoxville thinking it let one get away. That will be on the Gators' minds in this one. The Vols likely will be solid, but it should be noted they don't have a single preseason All-SEC pick on offense and are young on that side of the ball. Number 6, at Ole Miss, November 15th in Oxford, Mississippi. The Rebels have a first-year starting quarterback in Austin Simmons, a one-time Gators commit and redshirt freshman. But Ole Miss coach Lane Kiffin thinks Simmons will be a star. UF's most important edge in this matchup potentially could be on the line of scrimmage. Yet, playing on the road also is a challenge. Last season, Ole Miss beat up number 3 Georgia pretty good in Oxford, 28-10. Another possible factor for this one, while UF is at Kentucky the previous week, Ole Miss plays host to the Citadel the same day. Number 5, at Texas A&M, October 11th, College Station, Texas. The Aggies are not getting a ton of preseason love, but might be a sleeper pick to finish in the top 1/4 of the SEC. Texas A&M should be solid in the run game with All-SEC performer Le'Veon Moss back. Likely will boast a good offensive line, and returning quarterback Marcel Reed has potential. But the Aggies are replacing a lot on the defensive line. This matchup will come at the tail end of a major 4-game stretch for both teams. UF has LSU, Miami, and Texas leading up to this one, while Texas A&M faces Notre Dame, Auburn, and Florida in a 4-game period. That said, the Aggies do get lightly regarded Mississippi State the Saturday before UF comes to town. Number 4, at Miami, September 20th in Miami Gardens. This Week 4 game is extremely important for the Florida Gators for a multitude of reasons, starting with the fact Miami destroyed UF at the Swamp last season. The Canes lead the all-time series 30-27, and even some of UF's best teams struggled against inferior Miami squads in the past, so expect another tough one here. Being an in-state game, it's also extremely important for recruiting. Miami won the battle on the line of scrimmage last year. In Gainesville, the belief is that area now is a strength for the Gators. UF has built its roster mostly through recruiting high school players. Miami, on the other hand, might start as many as 9 or 10 new transfers in this game, including quarterback Carson Beck, formerly of Georgia. Number 3, at LSU, September 13th, Baton Rouge. This is one of college football's best early season showdowns. The Tigers will be the more battle-tested of the two, having played Clemson in their opener the same day the Gators start with Long Island University. LSU quarterback Garrett Nussmeier likely will be a Heisman Trophy candidate if he cuts down on the turnovers and LSU wins some big games. He has a host of solid skill players around him, but on the flip side, LSU does have to replace 4 starters on the offensive line. LSU, like Florida, had 8 players receive preseason All-SEC honors. The Tigers might start more than 7 new transfers, including 5 on defense, one being former Florida Gators edge Jack Piber. Florida has a solid 17-19 all-time record in Baton Rouge, but the Gators have only 1 win at Tiger Stadium in their last 7 tries. Number 2, Texas, October 4th at the Swamp. Texas is the SEC media's pick to win the league, and many believe one of 2 or 3 favorites to claim the national championship. So why isn't this game number 1 on our list? Simple. It's in the Swamp. While Texas has played well in wild venues before, what it is likely to experience October 4th might give the Horns a whole new perspective on noise level. Miami and Texas A&M tamed the Gators at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium last season, but later in the year, LSU and Ole Miss both got swallowed up by the atmosphere. If UF is 4-0 entering this Texas game, it will be pure insanity inside the Swamp. First-year Longhorn starting quarterback Arch Manning will get an early road test at Ohio State that should help him and his teammates prepare for this one. The Gators did not have injured quarterback DJ Lagway for the Texas game in 2024 and were clobbered in Austin. A year later, this has the potential to be a program-defining game for Gators coach Billy Napier and his program. The Horns are loaded, but UF's roster is the best it has been in several years. And number 1, Georgia, November 1st in Jacksonville. The Bulldogs have won 4 straight and 7 of 8 over the Gators, so this is a hurdle UF must find a way to get over if the program is to return to the top of college football. On paper, Georgia doesn't look like it will be as strong on offense as it has been in recent years. Quarterback and offensive line are question marks, but don't forget, the Bulldogs have recruited extremely well overall. Meanwhile, the Dogs' defense has 4 first-team preseason All-SEC selections. All told, 13 Georgia players got All-SEC mention at SEC Media Days, including every specialist. This team might not have as many big names entering the season as in recent years, but it is far too soon to predict a Georgia Bulldogs decline. This is still the biggest test for the Florida Gators in 2025. Okay, what did I get right and what did I get wrong? Be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments section. As always, I appreciate the feedback. And don't forget to check out GatorsOnline.com for all of your Florida Gators football coverage.